What's going on, everybody, and welcome to episode 9 of the Trophy Room Podcast. I'm your host, your boy Nick, back at it again. I'm here ready to talk NBA, NFL, MLB, WNBA, and more. What's up, y'all? What's going on? Episode 9 here on this Trophy Room Thursday, ready to get to it with y'all. We got a doozy. We got a big one. It hurts my soul, but I got to talk basketball first. Damian Lillard has officially been traded to the Milwaukee Bucks, y'all. He's been officially traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. I have everything on my cell phone here, and I have everything right in front of me, some notes just to get off my chest. But just to talk about the trade, first of all, let me get my Dame shit out the way, because everybody knows I'm a Damian Lillard guy. I'm a Miami Heat fan. I wanted the pairing so bad. I thought the pairing was perfect. But just to talk about Dame real quick, Damian Lillard is my favorite player in the league, man. At the end of the day, I'm going to say what I got to say, but all Dame really wanted was to compete for a championship, and that's what he got. That's what he got. He's going to be able to compete for a championship with Giannis Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee, with them being able to keep Chris Middleton. You got Brook Lopez in the front. I do have some questions about them, but I'll get to that in a second. So, excuse me. Just to talk about the trade real quick. So the Milwaukee Bucks get Damian Lillard. The Phoenix Suns get Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson. The Portland Trailblazers get Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Toumani Camara, a 2029 Milwaukee first-round pick, a 2028 and a 2030 first-round pick swap with the Milwaukee Bucks. The picks are unprotected. Now, when you talk about each side, this was a win-win-win trade for every team. Milwaukee got what they wanted. They put another star next to Giannis, especially because Giannis was talking about leaving. Now Giannis can sign an extension, and he can stay because now, ever since Dame signed his extension, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, he's going to be under contract for about 3 to 4 years now. So Giannis can sign an extension, probably like a 1-1 or a 2-1, just to stay on the timeline with Damian Lillard. God forbid somebody gets hurt or they get bounced out in like the second round or the ECF. So that's good for them. Whatever. When you look at the Phoenix Suns got a good amount in return. They only gave up DeAndre Ayton, which was great. And Toumani Camara, I have no idea. But Phoenix Suns got Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson. I think obviously Milwaukee getting Damian Lillard is huge, but I think the Phoenix Suns are the biggest winners in this trade. They get rid of locker room I don't want to say locker room cancer, but a guy who didn't want to be there in DeAndre Ayton. You get a big guy in Yusuf Nurkic, who, when healthy, is a pretty good defender. He's really good in the pick and roll, pick and pop, especially because he's starting to get that jump shot. He plays really good in the post. He's able to dish it out, and score in the post, be able to move the ball and everything. So he's going to be really good for that team. You get a good 3-and-D guy in Grayson Allen who shoots the three-point ball at a good clip. He's an okay defender, but I feel like he could be a lot better. You get a good 3-and-D guy in Nasir Little, who everybody sleeps on Nas, but hopefully he stays healthy as well. Nas can be a really good addition to that team. And then you get a backup guard in Keon Johnson. I'm not a fan of Keon, but it is what it is. And then you look at what Portland got. Portland got Drew Holiday, who they're seeking a trade for, so that way they can get more stuff in return. You get a center in DeAndre Ayton, who ultimately fits your timeline with this team. You get DeAndre Ayton, who's on time with guys like Shaedon Sharpe, Scoot just came in the league. Anthony Simons, if you decide to keep him. So this team is going young, and they are starting to rebuild, which is really good. I feel like Ayton wanted to be out of Phoenix anyway, so now he goes to a new city, a new arena, all then. So hopefully we'll be able to see a different version of DeAndre Ayton, and we'll see what happens with that. And then, they got the draft capital that they ultimately wanted. I feel like, so now that I got all that out the way, I'm going to talk from a Miami Heat fan perspective because this is my show and I can do what I want. I think this was total BS. Joe Cronin did not want to do a deal with the Miami Heat. Bleacher Report statement came out saying Blazers did not go back to the Miami Heat. Portland never gave Miami a chance to make a final offer for Damian Lillard before accepting the Bucks trade. That's not fair. So nothing was on Pat Riley, none of that. It wasn't our fault. It was just Portland didn't want to do business with us. And I know it's true because not Pat Riley. Damian Lillard's agent came out and said thank you to Pat, thank you to Anthony and everybody in the Miami Heat front office who tried to make this deal. But they said it takes two to make a deal. So that's hint number one. Joe Cronin did not want to send Dame to the Miami Heat. Another report came out. The Portland Trailblazers asked the Miami Heat for Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo in their first trade call centered around Damian Lillard. You're telling – listen, I'm not saying – listen, that would never happen. That would never happen. He really did not want to send him to the Miami Heat. And this was the next report that came out. The Miami Heat were willing to offer Tyler Hero, Nikola Jovic, 3 first-round picks, first-round pick swaps, and multiple second-round picks for Damian Lillard. The Blazers had little to no interest in engaging in a deal. So you were going to get 2 players. You were going to get 2 players, 3 first-round picks, pick swaps, and multiple second-round picks for a superstar. And you settled for a Bucks deal who you only got Holiday, Ayton, somebody else, and 3 picks. We were willing to give you 2 players and multiple picks. And you're telling me you had no interest? I firmly believe that the Portland Trailblazers did not want to do a deal with the Miami Heat because of the simple fact that Damian wanted to go there because he knew if Damian Lillard went to the Miami Heat, we were going to be instant title contenders with that trade alone, giving up Tyler Hero and giving up Nikola Jovic and draft capital. Okay, fine. Our starting lineup would have been Dame, Josh Richardson, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Love, Bam Adebayo. Off the bench, we would have had Kyle Lowry, what's his name? Kyle Duncan, probably, but Kyle Duncan, Jaime Jaquez, maybe, or Haywood Highsmith. What's his name? Caleb Martin. Shout out to Caleb. Happy birthday. And Thomas Bryant. The Miami Heat offered a better deal, but Joe Cronin was not having it. I don't know why they didn't want to do a deal with us. And it's annoying because you asked for all this draft capital. We're willing to give you all the draft capital. And you instead of taking multiple picks, you only get 3. And then you maybe get 1 or 2 from Drew Holiday. When I feel like you could have they plan on trading Drew Holiday anyway. Why couldn't you do that with Tyler Hero? And if you wanted to do a 3-team trade, you could have sent Tyler Hero to a team that was offering another first-round pick or maybe another 2 first-round picks where Tyler Hero could have went to Brooklyn, Utah, somewhere. You wanted to make it a 3-team? Fine. But you're telling me you couldn't make a 3-team deal with the Miami Heat when we're ultimately offering you a bigger deal for your superstar, bro. You got the Milwaukee Bucks got away with highway robbery to ultimately give up one player and like 3 or 4 picks when we're willing to give you 2 players, 3 first-round picks, and other like, bro, you're telling me he didn't? He did not want to do business with the Miami Heat, and it really aggravates me. It really aggravates me. Ultimately, Miami had a better offer than the Milwaukee Bucks. Everybody said we couldn't give up a good offer. But when the offer finally came out of Tyler Hero and Nikola Jovic, 3 first-round picks, first-round pick swaps, and multiple second-round picks for one guy, you're telling me that's not the deal you want? You get a young guy. You get 2 young guys who one's a forward who just played really well in the Olympics, who you can either keep or trade for other players. We give you a Tyler Hero. I understand not everybody's a big Tyler Hero fan as much as I am, but in my opinion, you can get more draft capital for Tyler Hero than you can get Drew Holiday, especially because Drew Holiday just said yesterday that he wanted to be a Milwaukee Buck for life. So if you're trading for Drew Holiday, you get Drew Holiday on your team, and then you trade him to somewhere else, technically somewhere he doesn't want to be, you got to be joking. Like, really? Like, you're really, like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why they didn't want to do business with us. And then now the Miami Heat are in the hunt for Drew Holiday. I don't want that guy. I don't want that guy. We need another scorer. We don't need another 3-and-D player. We need a scorer to help with the load with Jimmy and Bam. I understand Tyler maybe could be that guy. We'll see what happens. But bro, it's not, I don't want to say it's not fair because life's not fair and because the NBA is a business, but this is disgusting. This is ridiculous how the Portland Trailblazers did not want to do business with the Miami Heat because they knew Damian Lillard was going to be a better fit in Miami. Now I'm going to talk team by team. When you look at Damian Lillard on the Milwaukee Bucks, you give away your 2 of your best perimeter defenders in Drew Holiday and Grayson Allen. You lose Grayson Allen and you Drew Holiday. So you have and I understand Dame is a decent defender, but he's not the defender that everybody wants. Damian, what the hell? Okay, I'm sorry. Damian Lillard is not the defender that Drew Holiday is on the perimeter. Now you barely have any perimeter defenders. The perimeter defense in Milwaukee is going to be scary bad. And then I understand when you talk about the offensive end, the pick and roll is going to be very well. They had a lot of trouble in the half-court offense last year, the Milwaukee Bucks. You adding in Damian Lillard, one of the best ISO scorers in the league, one of the guys who can shoot from basically the half-court line at a consistent clip. Like I said, pick and roll, being able to – one of the best ISO scorers in the league. He's a good facilitator. He can get other guys involved. But, like, you lose that edge on defense. Yeah, you have Brook Lopez in the middle, and you have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis can't guard the perimeter. Chris Middleton won't be that same guy. He probably can't guard the perimeter. Dame can't guard the perimeter. You have a guy in Malik Beasley can't guard the perimeter. Jay Crowder can't guard the perimeter. Bobby Portis can't guard the perimeter. You have Pat Connaughton. He can arguably, maybe, sometimes guard the perimeter. You have a guy in Thanasis. Doesn't even get playing time. Like, Miami was the better fit. If Miami would have came, I already said the lineup before, it would have been Dame, Josh Richardson, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Love, Bam Adebayo. We have a bunch of defenders around him. And I think Joe Cronin knew that because he didn't want to send Dame to Miami because it would have been a better fit. They would have won. We maybe, I might be dragging it. We maybe could have won multiple championships, especially because Dame is extended for another 2 to 3 years. If Damian Lillard would have became a Miami Heat, everyone in the league knew we were going to win, and nobody in the league wanted that, especially Joe Cronin. He did not want He did not want to see Damian Lillard succeed at the highest level. Yes, obviously Damian Lillard going to Milwaukee definitely does put them in title contention. They're gonna be very good. I still don't have them as the best team in the East. I still have the Boston Celtics because the Boston Celtics have that perimeter defense that the Milwaukee Bucks don't have. So if Dame would have went to Miami, I've been trying to get to that for a second. When you look at Dame going to Miami, he didn't have to carry the offensive load. We have guys who can run the floor, run in transition, and he can play off ball. He can take a couple plays off if he needs to. Jimmy can take the rock. Bam can take the rock. Bam is a good facilitator. Jimmy, we all know, is a great facilitator. So Dame didn't have to carry the load, which would have made it easier for him so that way he can be ready for the playoffs. Jimmy can be ready for the playoffs. We can play team basketball. We surround him with a bunch of defenders that can really do what we need them to do, and we would have been a better team overall, and everybody in the league knew it. And especially Joe Cronin knew it, and he didn't want that to happen. He didn't want that to happen. I probably sound biased as hell, but I honestly don't care. This is my show, and I'm going to say what I want. Miami, it's not Miami's fault. Pat Riley, I'm sorry for anything I said about you. I apologize. You did what you could. Joe Cronin, I can't stand you, bro. I was telling myself that, oh, yeah, when Dame gets traded, I'm still going to be a Portland fan. I like Sharp. I like Simons. I like Simons, Sharp, Scoot. Jeremy Grant, not that bad. Bro, Joe Cronin, nah, bro. You'll never catch me watching a Portland game this year. Maybe highlights to see how Sharp is doing, how Anthony Simons is doing, how Scoot is doing. Nah, bro. You're not getting no more of my money. No more. I'm done with the Portland Trailblazers. I can't. It's like, it's not right, and I get it. It's a business, but it just like it was so bad. Like that was. Oh my god. Oh, it's not right. It's absolutely not right. I'm trying to make sure there's no other post that I have to go over. Like it just no. It did not. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. It looks all different types of messed up. Like I don't get it. And now the Milwaukee Bucks on FanDuel are technically the favorite to win the whole thing. It just no. See, it said the Bucks potential starting five: Damian Lillard, Malik Beasley, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Brook Lopez. There is nobody on that starting lineup who can guard the perimeter. Absolutely no one. Oh, sorry. Absolutely no one. Oh my god. And like what else makes me mad? What else makes me mad is that I think I spoke about it earlier, is that my Drew Holiday is interested in joining the Miami Heat. Miami Heat thinking about Drew Holiday. I don't want that dude. We just killed him in the playoffs. Jimmy went for 56 on his head. I mean, I get it. If you can't beat him, join him, but no. But just to wrap up this segment, I've gone on this for like 20 minutes now, because that's like the biggest basketball thing that's going on. So I had to give my spiel. I talked everything. I talked teams. The Suns were the best team in that trade. They got a lot. All I'm asking is that Miami don't trade for James Harden. I don't trade for James Harden. We need another scorer, not that kind of scorer. I mean, if we trade for him, I welcome him with open arms, but he's not that guy. I would rather go out and like get a Zach LaVine or somebody. Like Zach LaVine's not a bad pick, but it's just like we need another. We need a scoring guard. I love Tyler, but Tyler can't get it done. He just okay. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. But yeah, my last couple, like I said, like I've been trying to say for a little while, my last couple words. The NBA didn't want this to happen. Joe Cronin didn't want this to happen, and I don't blame anybody in the Miami Heat organization. We tried, like like Dame's um like Dame's agent said, it takes two people to make a deal. All right, and on to the football topic of the show. After I just went off about the Damian Lillard stuff, I definitely want to talk football now. Some of my top performers that I have listed from week 3 of the NFL. Um, I have 3, obviously, as always. Jamar Chase, man, bounce back win. The Bengals needed that win, man. Jamar Chase, 12 receptions, 141 yards was amazing. Jamar Chase looked like the Jamar Chase that he really needs to be for this team. Joe Burrow playing on one calf. I don't know how long you keep him out there. I don't know what's going to happen with Joe Shiesty. I don't know. I think they should bench him. I think you got that one win out the way. I thought was great, but I think you bench him because God forbid you can get a couple wins without him, and ultimately you're helping the kid out because you want him as your future. So yeah, you want him as the future, and yeah, and you want to keep him long term. You don't want to injure his calf just because this year you might make the Super Bowl. Like I don't see them making the Super Bowl. I might not even see them making conference championship when it comes to the Bengals. But I think you rest the kid. I think you give him time off. And yeah. Um so my other another top performer I actually just thought about it. I have an extra one. My extra one is Keenan Allen, 18 receptions, 215 yards, 11 yards averaged a catch. He had no TDs, but 215 yards is really impressive. Shout out to Justin Herbert. He killed 40 for 47, 405 yards, 3 TDs, no interceptions. Finally got a win against the Vikings. Vikings are 0-3. I'm a little worried, but not really. Chargers are 1-2. Not crazy about them. Just talk about the next guy I have. I understand they lost the game, but I got to shout out my Raiders, man. Shout out to Devontae Adams, one of my top performers this week. 13 receptions, 172 yards. Devontae had a day on Monday Night Football, man. He played great. Is it Monday or Sunday? I don't remember. But no, Devontae played great, man. I was so happy for him. Yes, we lost the game, but it happened. I hope Jimmy Garoppolo is okay he's in concussion protocol, so we'll see what happens. And but the kid, I do like the kid. The kid's not bad. I forgot. I think it's O'Connell or O'Donnell, something like that. The backup QB. But I think he's gonna play great. And my last top performer, I gotta talk about them. The Miami Dolphins scored a record of 70 points in an NFL game against the Denver Broncos. It's not a record, but it's like the second highest scoring of all time. 70 points is crazy. Like, that's embarrassing. And they had no Jalen Waddle. It was all in the run game. Mr. Kane, 18 carries, 203 yards. Raheem Mostert had 4 TDs. I think he had 150 plus. Tyreek Hill went off 9 receptions, 157 yards. So this Miami Dolphins offense looks unstoppable. Like, it's wow. It looks really nice, man. But yeah, that John looks they look really good. But all right, on so one more football topic before I get into my week 4 predictions. My top 5 teams in the NFL I have right now after 3 weeks. My top 5 teams, I had number 5, I had the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, I know that they lost Trayvon Diggs. I know that they just lost to a JV varsity football team in the Arizona Cardinals, but I still believe in that team, man. Their run game is good. The Dallas Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb looks good. I understand losing Trayvon Diggs is bad. That sucks. But the defense is still elite. Micah Parsons is still one of your front guys. You have Dexter Lawrence, Stephon Gilmore. On the offensive end, you have my neck. On the offensive end, you have, like I said before, CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, Dak Prescott. Brandon Cooks is still working his way in there, but once he gets going, like they're gonna be really good, man. But I got the Dallas Cowboys at number 5. At number 4, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. You could definitely tell they missed Chris Jones, but now that Chris Jones is back, they're playing up to par. You know, I can't have a top list without Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones, and the Kansas City Chiefs, and Andy Reid. And at number 3, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. People talk about that they have easy win. They had not easy wins, but they squeaked by in their wins. Honestly, man, whether you win by a mile or you win by an inch, a win is a win. They're undefeated. They're still really good. Jalen Hurts got a little shaky in the beginning, but he's going to get back to being him. I promise you that. At number 2, the team I just talked about, the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins, their offense looks unstoppable. The defense could use some work, but they are missing their top corner in Jalen Ramsey, so that's definitely a big question mark. Hopefully, when Jalen Ramsey comes back this year, it'll definitely improve on the defensive end, and then there's no telling what this Miami team is going to be like. There's no telling what it's going to be. So, and at number 1, I have the overall best team in football, the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers are still undefeated, like the Dolphins and the Eagles. Oh, my hair. But the Niners are overall the best team top to bottom. Brock Purdy has shown flashes that he looks really good from injury. I understand his deep ball is a little questionable, but, Brock Purdy looks good. Deebo Samuel looks great. Brandon Ayuk fighting an injury. So, on the defensive end, you got Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Denzel Ward. Like they have. Oh my God, I can't even forget about Christian McCaffrey. Like Christian McCaffrey's having himself a year. So I mean, top to bottom, best team in the NFL. They're really good. So just to go over it real quick, my top five NFL teams after week 3. At number 5, I got the Dallas Cowboys. At number 4, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. At number 3, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. At number 2, I have the Miami Dolphins. And at number 1, I have the best team in football right now, the San Francisco 49ers. Cool. All right. And on to my predictions for week 4. The game's coming up this weekend. Thursday night football happening tonight. Lions, Packers. I got the Lions winning this game. I understand. Shout out to Jordan Love. Jordan Love played great last week with that comeback against the Saints. That was really good, especially with no Aaron Jones, no Christian Watson. So he played really well. But I got the Lions, man. Even though losing C.J. Gardner-Johnson is huge for that defense, he was definitely a big pickup on the offseason. But this Lions offense is crazy, man. Whew. Okay, so London game on Sunday in the morning. I think it's at like 9:30. Jags and the Falcons. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars winning that game. London is like a second home to Jacksonville, so I think they're going to play really well. And the Falcons are just not it. The Falcons have one of the best running offenses in the league, though. Shout out to Bijan. Bijan's been playing really well. Tyler Algiers played really well, but Desmond Ridder is just not that guy, man. But yeah, I got the Jags winning. They definitely need a bounce back win. Oh my God, the past 2 weeks they have not looked good. They looked great in week 1, and then after that, they've been stinky. So they definitely need a bounce back win, especially like a team like the Falcons. Jacksonville's been playing in London for a while, so hopefully they'll be able to. It'll be like a home game. They'll bounce back. Next matchup, I got the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. Bro, I cannot believe this is a 1:00 game in the middle of the day. This should be like a Sunday night, Monday night football. Bills, Dolphins. I got the Bills right now, man. I got the Bills winning, upsetting the Dolphins. Just because the Bills have a better defense for right now, Bills have a better defense. So I think the Bills are going to come out on top, even though I think it's going to be a shootout. Ooh, excuse me. Bills and Dolphins going to be a shootout, but I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. Broncos and the Bears. Battle of the mids. Honestly, at this point, you just got to look at who's got the better QB, and I think it's Russell Wilson. So I'm gonna lean the Broncos against the Bears. Ravens, Browns. Deshaun Watson does have a turnover problem. The Ravens defense is no joke. The Browns defense is no joke. But like I said, another losing Nick Chubb sucks. But when it comes to Ravens, Browns, I gotta go with the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Ravens are gonna be really good. I think the Ravens are gonna win this game because they have the better QB in Lamar Jackson. And Lamar definitely needs a bounce back game. They have some of the better weapons. Zay Flowers has looked really good these first 3 weeks. Odell Beckham hurt again. That really sucks. Hoping Odell can stay healthy. So I gotta go with the Ravens against the Browns. Steelers, Texans. My boy's gonna kill me, man, but as good as the defense is, as great as TJ Watt is, as great as Minkah Fitzpatrick is, I'm going with an upset. CJ Stroud has looked amazing. Oh my God. The connection with Nico Collins. Yep, I'm going to say it. I got the Houston Texans winning this game, man. Who they beat last week? They beat the Ravens. Who'd they beat last week? But no, the Texans have been playing really well. They have a tight end in Dalton Schultz. The Texans beat the Jags, and they beat them not badly, but they beat them. They beat the Jaguars, who everybody thought was going to be a really good team this year. They've been a little rocky, but still. I understand TJ Watt, probably one of the best defensive players in football right now. But I don't know. I like the kid. I think CJ Stroud has been going crazy. Plus, I like the little dance that he does. I like his silly. But man. This one's not a gut pick, but this one's just a fun pick. So I'm gonna go with the Texans. Ryan, I'm sorry. Talk about Vikings, Panthers. Next game. I got the Vikings winning this game. Kirk Cousins has been on a tear, even though they're 0-3. I think this is where they finally get their first win. Cousins, Jettas, they add a guy in Cam Akers. Cam Akers is dope. And the Panthers, especially without Bryce Young, even if Bryce Young does play, like their overall team is just not good. I really thought they were going to make some noise this year. Adam Thielen looks like he's lost either a step and a half, maybe 2. But I got the Vikings winning this game, man. Next game, I got Rams, Colts. I got the Colts winning. I'm a big guy, Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson's coming back this week. I understand Aaron Donald is going to be hunting him down on that defensive line, but I don't know, man. Anthony Richardson's ability to run the ball and scramble outside the pocket and be able to make good runs, I think he's going to be really good. Even Gardner Minshew, man. Even if Gardner Minshew's out there, Gardner Minshew can definitely make some good throws. He can definitely put the team in position to win. So I got the Colts winning that game. Bucks and the Saints. Whether Derek Carr plays or not, Derek Carr is week to week with a shoulder injury. As good as the Bucks have been lately, except for losing to the Eagles, Baker Mayfield's been playing really well. Mike Evans looks like a stud. He wants his money. Better pay the man. But if you're looking at the Saints, whether Derek Carr plays or not, Jameis Winston is the backup. Jameis Winston is no scrub. Jameis Winston could be a starter if you really wanted to. I think Jameis Winston could start on the New York Jets. But I'll get to that in a second. But nah, man, like I got the Saints winning, and plus the Saints have a better defense, and Alvin Kamara comes back this week. So I'm hoping that Alvin Kamara goes crazy this week. Michael Thomas has looked a little bit, not a shell of himself, but he looked like he's trying to get back to that motor, back to the way he was. Yeah. Just to go back, next game I have Eagles Commanders. I got the Eagles. That's an easy one. Eagles Commanders is an easy game. Eagles are going to win that one by a landslide. The next game I have is Bengals Titans. I got the Bengals winning this again, whether Joe Burrow plays or not, because he looked decent last week. I think Joe Shiesty's gonna play. I don't know what's going on in Tennessee. Ryan Tannehill's terrible. I already said that. They're not giving Derrick Henry all the touches he's supposed to, which is really bad. I don't like that. So I think the Bengals are gonna win this one. Yeah, because I don't know what's going on in Tennessee. I don't know why I don't know why Hopkins decided to go there. I really thought he was going to be a New England Patriot. I thought that was going to be it. Speaking of the next game, New England Patriots versus the Dallas Cowboys. I have the Dallas Cowboys winning because there's a fire in that locker room after losing to a JV varsity football team in the Arizona Cardinals. So the Cowboys have to come back and win this game, especially against the New England Patriots. And speaking of the varsity JV, speaking of the JV high school football team, the Arizona Cardinals, the worst team in the league, are going up against the San Francisco 49ers, the best team in the league. We all know what's going to happen. San Francisco is going to win. I think the spread is 14, which is nuts. But I still got the Niners winning. Next game, I got Raiders against the Chargers. This is a real doozy for me because I have an agenda that I have an agenda that Justin Herbert is not the quarterback that everybody thinks he is. I mean, I did have him in my top 10, but people have him in top 5 and top 3 lists. I don't think he's that guy. So I went with the Raiders on this one, whether Jimmy G plays or not. Actually, if Jimmy G plays, I think we win. If Jimmy G doesn't play, I think we lose. So, but I'm still going with the Raiders. I'm going with my guys. Devontae had a great week last week. Jacoby Myers came back from concussion protocol and looked good last week too. I think this is the game where we can get Josh Jacobs going in the run game, where we can establish Josh Jacobs. He'll have a better game this week, and then we could just win. I think once we get the run game established, Josh Jacobs can go off. That'll open up the passing game for either Jimmy G or O'Donnell or O'Connell. I forgot his name. That's so bad. I should know the kid's name. But no, yeah, I really think this is gonna be because that Chargers defense is so bad. They have great names, but they're just really bad. So, and talking about the Chargers, losing Mike Williams does suck. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Raiders. And Sunday Night Football. This is only because we had Aaron Rodgers. Sunday Night Football, Jets, Chiefs. The kid Zach Wilson's got to go. I'm tired of watching him play. I've been watching him play for the last year and 3 games. He was supposed to sit this year. He was not ready, but the kid's got to go, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of watching that kid play. I'm tired of seeing number 2 for the New York Jets. He if the kid keeps playing, we're gonna lose the locker room and we're gonna lose the team because the defense doesn't want him because the defense is tired. I'm not gonna do it, but you. Anytime I talk about the Jets, everybody knows I talk about Zach Wilson. The kid's got to go. Yeah, and Monday Night Football, Giants, Seahawks. Everybody knows I'm not that crazy believer in the Giants, especially losing Saquon Barkley. That really does suck. Daniel Jones, he's been playing okay, but I still got the Seahawks. Seahawks came off a great win last week. Geno's starting to look like himself from last year. DK Metcalf. JSN trying to be that dude. Tyler Lockett, I believe he's hurt. But still, Kenneth Walker looked like himself last week. So I think Seahawks are going to be really good. So I got them winning Monday Night Football. Yeah, man. But just to wrap up my picks. NFL Week 4 predictions. On Thursday Night Football, I got the Lions beating the Packers. In London, 9:30 Sunday morning, I got the Jaguars beating the Falcons. Next couple games, I got Bills beating the Dolphins. I got the Broncos beating the Bears. I got the Ravens beating the Browns. Texans beating the Steelers. Vikings beating the Panthers. Colts beating the Rams. Saints beating the Bucks. Eagles beating the Commanders. Bengals beating the Titans. The Cowboys beating the Patriots. The Niners beating the Cardinals. The Raiders beating the Chargers. Sunday Night Football, Jets, Chiefs. I got the Chiefs winning that game. And Monday Night Football, the New York Giants against the Seattle Seahawks, and I'm going with the Seahawks, man. Yes, sir. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for the NFL topic of the show. Just to get into what else is going on in the sports world. Episode 10 is next week. I know some of you guys have been really excited about who I'm gonna have as my guest. I'm not giving out any spoilers. Y'all gonna have to wait till next week, 7 days from now. Trophy Room Thursdays, episode 10. It's gonna be a good one, man. I'm really excited to have this dude on here. It's gonna be a good talk. And MLB play, just to talk about what's going on in the other sports world. MLB playoffs are about to start. We're into the last week of the games going on. I think some teams are making push for the wild card. I know the Mariners are. The Marlins are making a push for the wild card. So I'm definitely going to get into that a little bit next week to start the playoff race, and we'll talk a little bit about that next week. But MLB playoffs are around the corner. Unfortunately, both New York teams are out of contention to make the wild card, so both of them are unable to make the postseason. And y'all know what time it is, man. My favorite topic of the show: talk about WNBA season going on right now. We're about to wrap up. This is the end of this week. We're about to wrap up the end of the semifinals. We're getting so close to the WNBA Finals, man. Just to talk about the Aces and the Wings. Aces are up 2-0 against the Dallas Wings. Asia Wilson wins Defensive Player of the Year again. Very well deserved. Shout out to Asia. I think she had back in these games against the Wings. She had back-to-back 30-point games, 5 blocks, like 7-8 rebounds. Aces have been killing, man. I don't see why they're not going to go to WNBA Finals. But who they're going to play is the big question. You got the New York Liberty tied with the Connecticut Sun, man. Just to talk about the WNBA awards. Breanna Stewart did win MVP. Shout out to Stewie, man. Stu York, you know what it is. But as much as I love Breanna Stewart, as much as I am a Liberty fan, Alyssa Thomas did get robbed. I think Alyssa Thomas should have won the MVP. Everybody knows how I feel about Alyssa Thomas. If y'all want to know, go watch the past couple of episodes. I've been raving about her for weeks. But I just had to get that out of the way. Breanna Stewart, MVP. We had the Yeah, man. But Liberty versus the Sun. First game, we went down. The Connecticut Sun beat us at home at the Barclays Center. That was a really good game. Um, I couldn't be mad. DeWanna Bonner killed us. We couldn't buy a basket. And yeah, DeWanna Bonner was really just the move. Her, Natisha Heidemann played okay. Alyssa Thomas played great. And then what's her name played really well too. She played better in game two. I forgot her name. Tiffany Hayes. There we go. Tiffany Hayes in game two. She was killing Sabrina, man. She kept looking at Sabrina. She was like, she can't guard me. She can't guard me. You can't guard me. Tiffany Hayes is a character, man. If y'all want to watch great WNBA basketball, y'all want to see girls go back to back, heads at each other, talking that shit, make sure y'all watch the Liberty and the Sun, man. Such a great matchup. But just talk about my Liberty real quick, man. We did win game two. We won game two. Brianna Stewart played well. Sabrina Ionescu played okay. But shout out to Betnaji Laney. She really killed. She was 20 plus per game, 20 plus score that game. She really held it down for us. She's being able to guard one of the DeWanna Bonner, all that stuff. She played really well. Jonquel Jones doing her thing, double-digit rebounds, points, all that. What I do need to see from the Liberty, though, I need to see Marine Johannes. She needs to play a little bit better. If she can play a little bit better, she'll get more playing time, but she's got to have a little bit better shot selection. She's got to play a little bit better. She's got to facilitate the ball a little more. I think she might be our X factor for winning. And the same thing with the Connecticut Sun. I think their X factor is probably Dejanay Carrington. If Dejanay Carrington can get on the floor, play great defense, and guard people like Sabrina Ionescu, guard Courtney Vandersloot, and have a good efficient game, I think that'll definitely help the Connecticut Sun win this series. But yeah, man, it's good. It's a doozy, man. It's gonna be really good. WNBA Semi-Finals about to wrap up. Probably by the time episode 10 comes, we're gonna be looking at a preview of the WNBA Finals. It's gonna be so good, man. I can't wait. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for episode 9 of the Trophy Room Podcast. Thank y'all for staying with me this long. If y'all not following, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Follow Trophy Room on all platforms. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video. Follow the TikTok page. I'm starting to get more into TikTok, trying to get more people watching, all that. I'm trying to be on Twitter more and trying to do all that. So just make sure you guys are being supportive. Follow on all platforms. Like, comment, subscribe, and man, most importantly, man, tell your friends.